coming at you live from the graveyard.
I keep you vicious, 6 inches when I'm switching from mark on the ammunition. Listen, this is new for the kids in position, waiting to escape each clip and evicted. You're 6-bit, 666 each digit, profit from these licks and keep my spit prolific. In an instant, I'ma live a life like Mystic. Stay high to defy the laws of physics. Critics kiss my ass, you can witness, ever missing when I aim at a misfit. His shit ain't equipped with enough to have ammo when the King Stars wig split. Give it a 0 when I'm a 15 like AR. You can live your life in the graveyard. Life, you're not gonna take ours. I got a lot to say than just 8 bars. If you hate ours, this day you might make ours. Something frightening's about to happen. Lightning strikes the mic when I be rapping. Don't even come and tell me you saw me blasted. I'll be flashing, ego smashing. Nobody will close my casket.
Live from the graveyard, 3 young riders, ammunition, King Czar, Mac Pacino.
Every day where we from, yo, it goes down. Day to night, hood to hood, block to block, town to town. Murder, murder, kill, kill, life is hard. We coming at you live from the graveyard. Murder, murder, kill, kill. Murder, murder, kill, kill. Murder, murder, kill, kill, life is hard. We coming at you live from the graveyard.
I'm telling them to get cheers for the reason us bitch ass niggas hating. Nigga ride through my hood on go dating. Split the script from a strap erase. Somebody dropped in the middle of sex. Got his ass with a missile, now he's really wet. It's a killer set. I got mental threats, and on top of that, I'm a lunatic. My niggas be tripping on me sometimes, saying that a nigga be out his mind. So evacuate, in other words, vacate. Cause a nigga like me might premeditate. I'm full of danger, oops, I mean anger shit, but I guess they both apply. See eye to eye, not me, my nigga. Got 20/20 vision, beat my trigger. It's lovely, ain't it, nigga? That's my bitch. We done fucked around, and this is main shit, untamed shit, insane shit. And every time I get done, it's an empty clip. I don't understand, but I'm on the edge. I guess I'm part of the living dead. That's what I said. From me, don't listen. Crazy, sorry, got hollows hissing. Walk with me, go kill with me, pull guns with me, come kill with me, come ride with me, go spill with me. If you don't fuck with me, you history. One lifeline gone, and you're sick. And the death's with me, it run blood stick. Torture chamber, bottom pit, the home of a deranged out lunatic.
Every day where we from, yo, it goes down.
Yeah. Tuck yo, it's Tuesday in here. Tuck yo, it's Tuesday in here. Tuck yo, it's Tuesday is here. Bang, 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 bang. What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing out there? Welcome to Tuck yo, it's Tuesday. It's your boy Dennis Holmes in the building. And I got my man Ryan Thomas over here with me. What up, Ryan?
What's up?
We also got Vegas' own Ian Ricchelli, sports angles in the house. God damn it!
How I'm gonna try to find a way to match that energy. You know, I am not as energetic as Dennis Holmes in Your Fingers podcast, but I'm working on it.
God damn it! I like it. God damn it! You know we gotta get out here. We gotta talk about these trash ass players, man. Ryan, start us off, man. Hit that fire with it. Hit that fire.
Okay, my first trash ass player, my Atlanta Falcons, lost.
Well, I'm glad you said it.
Right?
They
lost against the motherfucking Minnesota Timberwolves.
No, those were the Minnesota Vikings. And y'all was playing like
Minnesota
shit.
Twins, sir.
Well, my bad. Minnesota Vikings. We've been playing like shit. Coach Cousins been playing like shit.
$50 million.
Ron, what is he? I said this before the season. I'm gonna take credit for it. Ron, what are you witnessing right now? What version of Kirk Cousins are you seeing?
A trash ass version.
You're seeing second half Kirk Cousins, all right? You're seeing what happens when you got Kirk Cousins in the second half of the year, all right? You're seeing it in living color.
You call it. I giving you your props. You put it on the money. And my Nets so far, I'm in a trash ass player is the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, how about the Cowboys? They fine. They did it again.
Y'all block a kick. The Dallas Cowboy punt returner tried to catch the ball, but it just went through his hands. And Cincinnati got the ball back. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. But he fumbled the ball. So Those are my only two trash ass players for this week, Dennis.
Okay, all right. Well, my trash ass player. No. Ian. I'm sorry, Ian. Trash ass player.
All right. So when it comes to the two trash ass players I do have on my list right here, the first one is I'm going to take a stab at my own team, and that is the Chicago Bears. You are 0-6 on the road. You have not won a single away game in the 2024 season yet. Like how? Like how are you that bad on the road that you've lost not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5? You've lost 6 in a row. Like the 49ers, they look like they could have taken the week off. They could have taken the year off. They could have taken a decade off. I mean, when they had to take on the Bears, man, they could have kicked their feet up, having margaritas. I mean, that's what the 49ers looked like. Bears, they were no competition. I mean, being a Bears fan, my expectations are normally low. Like, ask Ron and ask Dennis, who know me personally. I don't have the highest expectations for the Chicago Bears. I'm pretty tame in comparison. But I'm extremely disappointed with this year. Like, this was a very disappointing team to watch. And this is supposed to be year 3 of a 4-year rebuild. But knowing my organization, Ron, this 4-year rebuild is somehow going to turn into a 7-year rebuild. Just knowing the Bears organization. They're going to somehow prolong this 4-year plan rebuild that Ryan Poles had. Because we're not a winning team yet. We're not a contender yet. We're 4-9. So, and then my second trash ass player is Jaden Reed, fantasy owners.
Oh,
Jaden Reed had -1 fantasy point in the league I have.
Motherfucker.
Like, I started him over Jalen Waddle, right? I thought Waddle was not going to do well, so I started Jaden Reed, right? He's supposed to have a good game. -1 point. Oh, let's look at what Waddle did, by the way. Oh, 14 points. Yeah. Great. But, it could be worse. You could have benched somebody that would have had 25 fantasy points while your only quarterback got 8. So.
Since we speaking on fantasy, Ian, and you know what? Since you twist my arm, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Not only did I start Jaden Reed, okay? And when I start Jaden Reed, all right? Then, George Pickens was in my lineup, and I just so happened to see it at the last second. I took him out and put in Lad McConkey, all right? Put in Lad McConkey, and he said, no matter what, he's going to play. I said, all right, cool. I'm good. I went ahead and, the day just got too long for me on Sunday, and I fell asleep. It was all me. I blame myself. I fell asleep. I wake up. It's 5 minutes to go in the first quarter of the Sunday night football game, and I look at my fantasy, and I'm down 10 points. And guess what? LADD is the only guy left to play. He plays, I win the game. LADD is inactive. So I had 2 donuts, and that was my game to get in the playoffs.
Wait, did you make the playoffs or no?
Did not make the playoffs. I was the 6th seed. It was only 6 seeds to get in. I was the 6th seed. I was playing against the number 11 seed, which is my cousin, Lawrence Dante Williams, my cousin. You understand? He ended up beating me by 10 points because 2 of my wide receivers did not do anything, and 2 of my wide receivers were inactive. You can't make that shit up. You can't make it up. And then it's week 14, so 6 teams on a bye. I don't know who does the scheduling for the NFL, but motherfucker, we need to talk. Just want to let you know. Motherfucker, we need to talk. All right? That week 14 ain't look good for me. Motherfucker, we need to talk. All right, we need to talk. We need conversation. Come in my office, motherfucker. Remember, I come to your office. Fuck that. I'm gonna come to you. I need you to feel comfortable when I come around there.
It's comfortable.
And to piggyback off of what Dennis Holmes was just saying, I went up against a Lawrence Williams in a fantasy football league.
Not my cousin?
Mm-hmm. And I lost by 34 points.
That's I ain't gonna lie. He a bad. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. He's a bad motherfucker, man. He's a bad motherfucker.
Dennis, I've been telling you this all season long. Anytime I lose in your fantasy football league, it's never like 5 points, 7 points. It's never close. No, I lose by like 40, or I lose by like 60. Like it's never close. Yeah. Like,
but Lawrence, my cousin Lawrence Dante Williams, man. Listen, that motherfucker. I'm telling you, Ryan, that's a bad motherfucker. Now, in the league that I just was supposed to make the playoffs in, it's called Get the Belt. That specific league, that motherfucker got 3 rings in that league. We do the fantasy football. Listen, we do the fantasy football draft at his house. At his house, we do the fantasy football draft at his house. He makes sure we put the trophy out with the 3 rings on the motherfucker. Just to let you know, he the ultimate champion, the motherfucker. He got a trophy that got a motherfucker just sitting in the chair like he on fucking what's that movie just came out? The fuck Gladiator, like he the Gladiator or some shit, sitting on a chair with 3 rings on the bitch. Dirty motherfucker too. Dirty. I don't know where they get him from. He just a dirty motherfucker. That's all he is. But yeah, he beat me by 10 points, man. I blame everybody who was injured. Fuck that. And I don't even know how George Pickens, this mysterious ass George Pickens injury, where the fuck did this come from? That's all I want to know.
I mean, if he wants to stop yelling, make us. I mean,
ain't nobody worried about what he's saying, man. I just watched him on the other show over there firing people. Oh, you fire. No, BJ, you know what, motherfucker? You fired. Fuck that. I'm on the road with that. You fucking fired. Went on that goddamn show and ain't even do no real talking about the rape. You fucking fired. Talk about some goddamn Joe Flacco. You gonna get on the fucking show and say, yeah, I'm gonna take D-Hop. No, they had a hold on, let me explain. They had a thing up there. They said, who was the better wide receiver? DeAndre Hopkins or Brandon Marshall? He gets on there and says, oh, DeAndre Hopkins was the number 1 guy in his time. Then gonna say, oh, but I'm taking Brandon Marshall. Bitch, what was the point of you saying that then? Fuck wrong with you? I'm putting that on fuck wrong with you just made my list, goddammit. You just made my list for saying that dumb shit.
Hey, I mean, if you want hey, for the person who wants to come on the show, look, I know the Raiders have the number 1 overall pick. I know that's what you want to talk about when it comes to trash-ass players. Trust me, I understand that completely. But I'm going to leave that to you. I could have put that on my trash-ass players list. The fact that the Las Vegas Raiders are currently in the driver's seat to get Shedeur Sanders. All right? Shedeur Sanders coming to the Raiders looks like a done deal right now. So, yeah, the person that just said, come on, man, I know you're a Raiders fan. If we send you the link, you can come on the show, no problem. But, Raiders, number 1 overall pick, man, Las Vegas, we're talking about it. Yeah, that's all I'm hearing in Vegas, trying to get the number 1 overall pick. And they're trying to get Deion Sanders to be the head coach. There's so many people in Vegas who want to hire Deion Sanders to be the next head coach. But all right. Yeah. Hey, Dennis, I apologize. I interrupted you. What's the rest of your trash ass players?
Another. I don't know what's the other trash ass. Hold on, man. I was trying to send this link to Maurice, but I think I'm just gonna have to send it to him another way because I ain't really got time to be doing all this crazy stuff. You don't know me. I'm from North Philly, and I ain't doing all that. Yeah, that's
tragic. They're tragic.
All right. Check your message, Big Reese. Check your message.
So
another trash ass players though. I'm gonna have to say Xavier Legette. You had to catch to win the game. Yeah, he had to catch to win the game. And I know everybody like, oh, he a rookie then. He dropped it. Nah, you don't listen. You're a professional. You don't get that many opportunities like that. I understand you should have secured that catch. Nobody touched you. Nothing happened. You should have secured that catch. That's a routine catch there. You should have secured it. That's why you made my trash ass players. But I still got love for you. I still believe you're going to be good in this league, and I still believe that you will be a dominant wide receiver. But for this show, on this day, or this time, you are trash. All right, I just want to let you know that you should have. That was the game-winning touchdown. And I ain't gonna lie to you. The way the Eagles fans acting in Philadelphia right now, you would have think we lost the game. If you ask me, I said we should have lost the game. Why? Because it would have smacked some reality into us. That's why. See, when you start to get these wins, you start to build up too high. And then next thing you know, you just start coasting. You don't play hard, you just start coasting. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody like, oh yeah, we playing Carolina. We gonna win. They ain't not. You know what I mean? Carolina come in there and smack shit out you. Because you know why? They don't have nothing to lose. It could be 4th and 30. They're going for it. Who cares? Ain't nobody gonna question them the next day. They have nothing to lose. That's the most dangerous team to play, is a team that has nothing to lose. That's why I said I'd rather just go ahead and lose to them. Speaking of the Raiders, fans.
Speaking of a team that has nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
And the Raiders out there in the 702 out here in Las Vegas, my hometown. Hey, I see the Raiders cap on. Hey, trash-ass players, talk to us, man. Come on.
Talk to us, Donovan. What you got?
Trash-ass players. You know, I'm not really going to say a trash-ass player, but I'm going to mention a trash-ass analysis and a trash-ass coach. In my trash-ass coach is Nick Saban. For him to go on the national college, on the selection show, and actually plead a case for Alabama is laughable. On that show, he was almost as red as his little crimson suit he had on, man. He was hot. But, I mean, for him to be so delusional to think that Alabama should have been in the playoff is utterly ridiculous, in my opinion. So I would have to give him the trash-ass coach, analyst, whatever you want to call it. That's just my take. Don't you agree, Ron?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just saying. And as far as the Raiders, Ron, I hope y'all whoop our ass next Monday night, man. I'm actually gonna be rooting for the Falcons next week.
Don't even try that one. I know how you get down, Donovan.
Hey, man, we tank it, man. This season has been. Oh my! It's been so brutal, man. Like, think about it. Imagine your team being out of the whole thing since like week 7, week 8, and you have to just watch every single week, and you know that it's in your best interest to lose, and you just still have to watch. And in the back, as a fan, you want to win, but you know that it's in your best interest to lose. And like that Kansas City game a couple weeks ago on Black Friday. I mean, I was mad, but then, when I really looked at it, in totality, I'm like, it's better off that we lose that game, man. I mean, it hurt, and I think they cheated for the Chiefs that game, but I mean, it was better off.
Is it better? I mean, y'all don't draft well, so I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, everybody. I mean, we got Tom Brady there now. We have smarter people around. Around. We have smarter people. We have smarter.
Great player.
I know, but I'm just saying it's glaring and it's obvious that we need a quarterback. So I mean, this is a no-brainer. If they botch this now, say if we get a quarterback and it doesn't pan out, okay, that's not our fault. But if they don't get either Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, like it just wouldn't make any sense. If they messed up on that draft pick and did not get a quarterback when everybody's mom knows and everybody's grandmothers know and everybody's great-grandmothers know and everybody's deceased great-great-great-great-grandmother knows that they should get a quarterback and they do not get that, I mean, I honestly wouldn't be a fan anymore. And I'm 100%, bro.
You gonna stop being a Raiders fan?
So
I just wouldn't have a team. I mean, I was still like, obviously I'm always going to be attached to them, but I mean, I wouldn't have any rooting interest for it because they're not trying to win. If they don't get a quarterback, it would not make any sense. I mean, does everybody agree with me on that?
Yeah.
What if y'all trade for Kirk
Cousins? So hold on. So as a fan, right? You being
I wouldn't mind trading for Kirk Cousins.
Sanders, right? That's what a lot of people are saying. It's a Shedeur Sanders sweepstake. He looks like he's the number 1 overall pick right now. If you're the Raiders, is that who you're aiming for?
To be quite honest, I kind of like Cam Ward, man.
Oh, you like Cam Ward?
I kind of like Cam Ward. I mean, I think Shedeur is the bigger name, but Cam's you can't deny Cam's numbers. He's going to New York for the Heisman show as well. So I mean, his numbers aren't bad, man.
Hey, I'm just saying, Shedeur Sanders and Brock Bowers. And by the way, people keep talking about the Raiders draft, by the way. Yes, it's been hit and miss at times. But I have observed about the Raiders that later in the draft, they have found quality players.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the one praise I give the Raiders. Past the first round. Yeah, past the first round, they find quality players.
But the crazy part about it is, how long is Max going to actually stick around before they start entertaining him leaving, man? Like, you see what Josh Jacobs did. I mean, like, I basically am happy for Josh Jacobs. Everyone's like, man, I miss him. But at the end of the day, like, who wants to stay around in that type of culture if you're not winning and you're a running back in the prime of your career, man? Like, Max Crosby is just about to. He's probably like his first or second year in his prime. I mean, football careers aren't that long, bruh. And if you were to stay on a team and not want to win and not, have an opportunity, bruh, like, I mean, I can't be mad at you if you want to move on and you don't want to be a part of a rebuilding process.
No question.
That's just real talk.
What happened since you here? What happened to Christian Watkins?
No, well, I want to know.
Oh, Christian Wilkins? Okay.
He got hurt.
He got hurt. He's out for the season?
He hasn't played since what, week 2 or 3, I believe?
He got injured in week 3.
Damn.
Yeah, he got injured very early on.
Yeah, I told you, Dennis.
All that fucking money?
Yeah, he got hurt very early on. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Pull up that comment real quick. Second round. Are you talking about Sebastian Janikowski? Because that was not a second round pick.
Sebastian Janikowski is arguably one of their best draft picks.
Yeah, I don't know why you're making a joke about that. Sebastian Janikowski that was a great pick. Ray Guy was also a great pick back.
Dude, he kicked for over like 15 years.
Like, that is not a terrible pick, bro.
I mean, if you think about it, besides Tim, he's one of the longest tenured Raiders. I think him and Tim Brown are one of the longest tenured Raiders.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, he was bigger than some linebackers, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Hey man, stop knocking on the. He eating those Polish sausages, dog.
Hey, all right. So one last part. I see the Raiders cap being in Las Vegas. I hear all the news. I talk to people. That's what I do for a living. Deion Sanders. The possibility of them trying to poach Deion Sanders and giving him the bag to coach the Las Vegas Raiders, have his son be the quarterback. That's what a lot of people want. They want Deion Sanders to be the head coach of Vegas.
Nope. Nope.
So who do you want then? In your opinion, who do you want?
I mean, if we could cop up Ben Johnson, I'll take him, man, from Detroit, man. Give me Ben Johnson. I actually like the defensive coordinator too. I like Aaron Glenn a lot too.
Aaron Glenn, he's cool too.
Yeah. But I honestly think our defensive coordinator hasn't done that bad of a job with the personnel he has. I mean, I think he's done an all right job.
Who's your defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Patrick Graham.
Patrick Graham.
Oh,
he was a former Patriots assistant.
So then that means Marvin Lewis must be a linebackers coach.
Mm-hmm. Marvin, yeah, and that's
assistant head coach. He's the assistant.
And that's another thing too. With all the thing is, like, the coaching staff he has, like Antonio Pierce has so much experience around him, and some of the decision making in the games, like, I just feel like he's just scratching his head. And I want to give Antonio Pierce, but I just think he's just in over his head, man. Like, some of the decisions, like, I mean, I think he's in a really tough spot. I think he's with a team that's not very good, but at the end of the day, like, I guess he has to tank at this point. So he's kind of stuck in that middle position. And you got to remember, I don't think the GM didn't pick the coach. He was already there. It was like he was there, then they got the GM, then they got Telesco after.
Correct. Yes.
Right.
So that's not really his guy. And you know how that is, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's remember he was only brought back because the players wanted him back. That was the main reason why Antonio Pierce was hired, because the players kind of went around him. Like,
let me say that. Let me say that one thing. We felt Tampa Bay. So why you even talking, AB? Why you come out?
He's talking because y'all lose the division.
We felt your team. Y'all should be ashamed of y'all.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy because it's like we helped out we helped out the Tampa Bay last week, and then we're gonna give you guys a win this upcoming Monday. So I mean, it's just gonna
wait.
Just because you give it to them, don't mean that they will receive it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
I don't see how that's happening, man.
They still, people still Amazon packages every day. All right, that package has to be delivered.
I want to remind everybody of one thing.
Hey, and then Sonic is going to that game too, man. So they got to win, man. That's the homie, man. I can't have him go there and be disappointed.
Yeah,
bro.
I love Sonic. That's my
remember this. I want everyone to remember this real quick. This is going to be the Samaj revenge game. All right. Desmond Ritter facing his former team. All right. This is going to be his revenge game. I'm calling it now.
But y'all do know we to get to the quarterback, right?
Yeah. What quarterback y'all got to?
Desmond Ritter might have his revenge game coming up, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's a Samaj revenge game. Come on,
we got 4 sacks on Sam Donald.
Now, Ryan, y'all lose to Samaj, man. What you gonna say?
Hey, I know I say float.
Float. What float?
Float on.
Oh, float on. Float. Okay, I got you.
But if we lose to the Raiders, it was not meant to be this year. I mean,
hey, AB said y'all about to lose the division.
Tell AB when you freak a team that should not be talking shit. Oh, my bad. What's up, AB?
He said, trust me, the Raiders gonna win. Oh. If y'all lose to the Raiders,
I really don't want to win, AB, man. We need to lose, man. I've been suffering, man. I think we've lost how many games in a row? Like 8 or 9 games in a row.
You know what, Dennis? It's sure funny somebody disappear all season, then they want to come out. What's up, AB? You disappeared the whole damn season. Now you want to show your face. You ain't shit.
Yeah,
one of my trash players.
Kirk Cousins, man.
Y'all start Michael Penix.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Ron. Yeah, so when do you think Michael Penix will actually get his shot? Do you think he'll get his shot next year?
Week 18.
This would be crazy if he plays this game because this would be that'll be a good story. Michael Penix versus Desmond Ritter. No. Oh man, that'd be a good story.
No.
Hey, I'm calling it now. Atlanta is going to pull a page from so many different teams in the past. Week 18, when the Falcons are not in contention no more, they're going to put in Michael Penix Jr. and give him that one game, kind of a warm-up game for Michael Penix for next year. So week 18, that's when he's going to play.
The reason we're not playing Michael Penix right now because Coach Cousins' money situation.
Yeah. Well, when the money funny, you're going to have to do something. You know what I'm talking about?
I just don't trade him to Philly. So, y'all
we don't need no quarterback. We don't need no quarterback. We don't have quarterback problems. My quarterback
to be your backup to the backup to the backup.
Dennis, let me ask you a question. Are you surprised the Eagles have played this well this year, or do you think they were going to have a hangover from last year, or you thought that was just kind of an anomaly or whatever?
I didn't think we was going to have a hangover from last year, but I wanted us to lose on Sunday.
Why?
Because I feel as though they just riding too high and they playing stale.
I mean, that's why all you got to do is win what? You got to win what? 2 more games and you get the division, right? Or 1 more?
Well, we got 3 division games coming up right after the Steelers game this week. 3 straight division games after that. So I don't know how many we got to win to seal the division, but I'm just still on the note that I would have rather lost that
Oh,
Carolina
don't you guys
Panthers
got to play
game.
Pittsburgh too?
They play Pittsburgh on Sunday.
Ooh, is it in Pittsburgh or in Philly?
No, they got to come to Philadelphia.
Oof. The battle of PA, Western PA versus Eastern PA.
Yeah, Southeastern PA. Yeah.
Same.
We ain't worried about that. We got them. It's nothing. But
give me the Penguins. Give me the Penguins.
Do they make a big deal in Philly when Pittsburgh and Philly play? Is it a big deal or is it somewhat of a rivalry?
Not really a big deal. Not really a rivalry.
Yeah, because I know Eagles fans like to overblow situations and make things bigger than what they are. So
right now they already overblown the situation. I was sitting there listening to radio station earlier, and they're on the radio station because now is a thing because AJ Brown has said on the post game interview that we need to fix our passing. So now everybody think that AJ Brown is beefing with Jalen Hurts, which it might be true, might not. I don't know. I'm not one to judge on who's beefing and who's not. But obviously,
is it me or does AJ Brown look like Antonio Brown? I'm like, dude, like they got to be related, bro.
They both smile a lot. I can tell you that. But yeah, AJ Brown is people saying he's starting to become a cancer. I don't think he's a cancer or nothing like that. But he's voicing his opinion, and he's always voiced his opinion. But I think at this point, he should just let the run game go ahead and do what it do, and he should worry about being turned up for the playoffs. Honestly, like you've been down this road before, you already know what's going to happen. This time, have yourself ready for the playoffs and be turned up for the playoffs, so y'all can go ahead and make an historical run. Let Saquon have all the the luggage that goes on during the regular season. But then again, it's like
I honestly think Saquon. I mean,
called up to the radio. They called up to the radio, and this is what they said. They said that Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown should have a fight now, so that way they'd be good for Sunday.
What? That sounds like some Josh Allen Diggs situation. Like get the situation over with so they can move on. Wow. That's crazy. Y'all just love to create controversy, huh?
Hey, let me correct this real quick. Antonio Brown and Hollywood Brown are cousins. That is correct. But there's no confirmed that AJ and Antonio are cousins. No, there's no relation between Antonio Brown and AJ.
Oh, okay.
Who you got certified, Dennis?
No, you do the certified. I don't do certified.
My certified one of them, UGA beat the Texas Longhorns again. Now go sit the fuck down, Texas.
Texas thought that they was gonna come in the SEC and run shit. But I keep telling people, you ain't played the best teams in the SEC yet.
We own y'all. We your daddy. Go sit down. No,
shout out to Georgia for winning motherfucking SEC. And Ryan, I think I'm gonna see you again.
I mean, you're not going.
To be quite honest, it's really Georgia's to lose. I mean, the way the bracket's set up, and then the championships in Atlanta. I mean, it's pretty much set up for them to win. I'm not gonna lie; they put themselves in a good position. I agree. I wouldn't put him as my certified player, but I mean, every time when their backs against the wall, they respond, man. And I felt like they did that, but I mean, I feel like it's Georgia's to lose. I think they're in the easier. The bottom part of that 12-team playoff. That bracket seems to be a little bit better than the top part. That top part is rough, man.
Yeah.
That top part is real rough, man.
And my next certified player is, thank God y'all got this shit right this year. Thank God y'all told Alabama, hell no, sit on the motherfucking couch.
Hell no, you can't go. Hell no, you can't go. Hell no, you can't go. Roll
Hey,
Tide,
how about
roll
that
your tide.
Outback Bowl? Hey, Alabama, good luck to Michigan in the Outback Bowl. Yeah, have fun. Yeah.
Outback Steakhouse?
Yeah, the Outback Bowl out there in Tampa. That's where they're going to. So.
Which it doesn't make any sense. Like, you would think that they should have just created the bowl game between the first two out, which was Miami and Alabama. That would have been a great bowl game. But instead, they want to do the Outback Bowl. I guess they want revenge on Michigan, what they did to the Rose Bowl, what Michigan did to the Rose Bowl last year.
Half of the team did not play, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're not going to play because they're bowl eligible. They're not playing.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, pretty much Shadora's done. Travis Hunter's done. I mean, everybody that's playing in a non-playoff bowl, that's going to be a high draft pick. They're not going to play. So
right. So
well, I mean, I'm not mad at it though because you need to see what you got for next year anyway.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, it's kind of not even worth it.
Well, yeah, because of what happened a few years ago. I think it was Alabama. It was Matt Corral, right? He was the Ole Miss quarterback. He's supposed to be a first-round pick. And he broke his leg during a bowl game. Like,
and they played a lick in the NFL.
And Alabama wide receivers, they transfer.
Which one?
Both.
Who? Like Williams too?
They top two.
Ryan Williams is
whoever that freshman is. There's like a
Ryan Williams.
He's going to transfer.
Yeah, Ryan Williams.
Where is he? He has he decided which team?
No, he's just gone to transfer portal. So.
Ooh, that's not a good look, bro.
And they linebackers and they pass rushers.
That's because they quarterback Jalen Monroe's going, so they like shit. I ain't saying with that corny ass quarterback.
And they
hey, Milroe's a first round pick. Let's not forget about it. He's a projected top 5 pick. So
hey man, I'm not really too sold on him. I think he will be good, but I think it's just a longer term project. I think he could. I mean, I don't know, man. People were wrong on Lamar Jackson, so who knows? Let me not speak too much.
I think he will get drafted, but he need to sit behind develop quarterback Matt Stafford.
He needs to sit behind a Kirk Cousins.
No,
Matt Stafford wouldn't be bad. He sit behind Matt Stafford.
Sit behind Matt Stafford for like 2 years or a year.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad. I can see that Jalen Monroe, Puka Nacua combination.
Right.
Hey, Ryan, I like that one, Ryan. I like that.
Can I bring up one problem with that argument, though?
What?
The Rams ain't gonna have a top 10 pick.
Yeah, the Rams. You know they've been all in on that Super Bowl and lost all those picks.
Who said Jalen Monroe going top 10?
If you look at the mock drafts, they have him going 4th overall to Cleveland. Like they got 3 quarterbacks going in the top 4. Like,
yeah, man. This is. I mean, I think that there's more teams that want a quarterback than quarterbacks are available.
Right.
But we'll see.
What they have now is they got Sanders 1, Ward 2, and Milroe 4. Like that's what they got right now.
And then after that, I mean, what about the dude Ewers from Texas?
2nd round pick. He'll be a 2nd round pick.
Third.
I honestly think he might be a sleeper. What about the Georgia quarterback too? Like, isn't he a senior?
He's a 3rd round pick. Yeah, they got Carson Beck all the way down.
I finna say right here on the show, the Giants going to draft him. Carson Beck. Watch.
Oh, shit.
Nah, I think the Giants they're not going to get. I mean, the Giants are known for getting Caucasian quarterbacks. That's their MO.
Right.
So, I mean, but I think that they're not. If they don't get Shador or Cam Ward, I mean, it would be pretty idiotic, and it would be pretty obvious based off their track record that they have something against black quarterbacks.
Right. They're not doing the. And me and Dennis been talking about this for years. Some teams don't draft African American quarterbacks. They don't.
I think it would be pretty silly if they didn't do that. But if you really think about it, would they try to make a run for Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it's possible
because they could go for Kirk Cousins and then draft Genty the first round because they need a running back.
But
Drew Aller, second round pick.
What do you need more? Do you need a quarterback or a running back?
Well, I mean, obviously you need a quarterback. So,
yeah. Boy, hold on. When it comes to like the black quarterbacks, the Indianapolis Colts never drafted a black quarterback before Anthony Richardson.
Right,
and they did draft him 2 years ago.
Right. Hey, I'm gonna hop back on. I gotta step away for like 10, 15 minutes, but I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back in. All right.
Some teams don't draft African American quarterbacks.
It doesn't mean they won't do it for the first time in history.
Right. But I think the Giants really need to get a quarterback first.
Oh, agreed. Yeah, that's why it's second overall. I mean, Cam Ward's on the board. If you're a Giants, you gotta take Cam Ward.
Right. I mean, just get a quarterback to bring that team together, the offense wise. I mean,
agreed.
Okay. Yeah. Ian, what you got for certified players?
So for certified players, I'm keeping 2, and they're both in college football. And the first one is I have to give props to UNLV for being ranked top 25 in the final AP poll.
That's what I'm talking
about.
This
is a UNLV team that during the pandemic was 0-6 in 2020. They did not win a single game in 2020. They hired Barry Odom from Missouri. All right, he was the Missouri coach. They let him go. He comes to UNLV, second chance type of situation, and he got them to being a top 25 school. All right, UNLV going to be playing Cal in the Los Angeles Bowl. I am happy that UNLV is succeeding now.
I'm going to see that game.
Yeah, as someone who was raised in Las Vegas, I was so used to UNLV being a bottom feeder, winning 3 games, 4 games a year, Sam Boyd Stadium being barely half empty. Like, that's what I'm used to at UNLV. And with me doing media in Las Vegas and me covering the UNLV Rebels football team, I am proud of what Barry Odom did with this team. So, them being top 25, I got a lot of respect for that. That's my first certified player. My second is Barry Odom getting the head coaching job at Purdue. Now, a lot of people in Vegas, we knew it wasn't going to last forever. He's, in a group of 5 conference. He got the Power 4. They got more money, more resources, more boosters. But for Purdue to give Barry Odom, I think $6 million a year, as opposed to $1.5 million he was getting from UNLV. He earned it. I have to give praise to Barry Odom. He earned that raise. So I wish him the best of luck in Purdue, and I hope he does well.
All right, man. All right. Now, listen, let me talk about my certified player, right? This guy just got injured, and I think he injured every CL in his knee. PCL, ACL, MCL. I think he injured all of them in his knee. That's DeMar Overshawn. DeMar Overshawn, and a lot of Cowboy fans are gonna fight me for this, but I don't really care. The DeMar Overshawn was the best player for the Dallas Cowboys this season.
Yeah.
When you turned your tape on, when you turned the Cowboys game on, 13 jumped off the screen. All right. When you turned the TV on to watch the Dallas Cowboys, 13 jumped off the screen. I don't care what nobody says. He was the best player for the Dallas Cowboys this season.
How long?
It's going to be a hell of a loss that they're going to go through.
How long he been in the league?
This is his second year.
This is year 3. Year 3.
I thought it was the second year. He got drafted just 2 years ago. He didn't play last year. This is his second year.
Well, right. So 2022, 2023, 2024. Unless you're saying that last year doesn't count.
No, I thought he didn't play 2022.
Really? I thought he came from the 2022 draft. Okay, I could be wrong, but I thought he came from the 2022 draft.
But what I was going to...
I thought he was in the same draft with what'd you call him? AR-15. Go ahead, Ryan. Keep talking.
What I was gonna say, I thought this was his 4th year, like at the end be his 4th, and I no. Well, I could be wrong.
You're right. Year 2. Yeah, you're right.
It's my guy. For straight out of Texas. Nope. He was wearing number 0
I thought he was 2022. I don't know why. For some reason, I thought he was 2022.
It's all right. It's all right. Trust me, it is all right. But
that's it.
I just DeMar Overshawn was one of my certified players. I'm gonna give it to Josh Jacobs, man. Josh Jacobs was having a hell of a year this year. Now, I don't think I'm still not gonna say it's a big difference, but he's having a hell of a year this year. And I like that he's gritty, he's getting things done. He's doing good things, you know what I mean? I may have to eat crow. You know what I mean? I may have to eat crow. I may have to eat crow.
First,
but Aaron Jones ain't too far away. So I'm gonna let y'all know. He ain't too far away, all right? He ain't too far away. Shoot that, because I know Josh Bailey watching this. He probably gonna clip it.
He in the comments.
I know.
Of course, Josh Bailey's in the comments because he's getting ready for Stay Tuned Live, 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, immediately after the show. So
that's right. And who else did I want to give I wanted to give it to somebody else. Josh Allen. I gotta give it to Josh Allen. I know he lost. I don't know too many quarterbacks that's gonna give you 3 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns in the same game. Josh Allen. Josh LaMarcus Allen. Yeah, I just renamed his middle name. Josh LaMarcus Allen. LaMarcus, that's right. LaMarcus is his middle name. Josh LaMarcus Allen out there balling. All right. I don't think he's gonna get MVP, but he balling. You understand me?
Wait, who's MVP? Who's MVP of Dennis Holmes, Inner Fingers Podcast? Who's MVP?
There's this guy used to play for Penn State, wears number 26 for the Philadelphia Eagles. That boy Saquonathan, that boy's special. That boy good.
Hey.
I think listen to me. Thanksgiving was last month, and I think the Giants each and every chance I get.
You told them.
That boy Saquonathan, that boy good. That boy good. You hear me? That boy good. I think the Giants each and every chance I get. Thank you, Giants. They did a hard knocks for the Giants to give us Saquon Barkley.
But
the GM for the Giants, we're going to have to put a picture up of the GM for the Giants.
But
just thank you, Giants.
We also talk about that, Dennis, and I just think they should kept Saquon and let go their quarterback, but that was
they had to let go their quarterback. They could have just took the bullet and paid both of them. That's all. They could have just paid both of them.
But
you would rather go get. But hold on, Ron. But you rather go get the DN from the Carolina Panthers. How'd that work out?
They've been good. He's solid.
Well, to be fair, everyone forgets about. Everyone forgets about the most important loss.
Y'all over there talking something. He gonna get 10 sacks. He just been
Dennis.
Hey, let's not forget what the most important loss for the Giants was.
You're right.
Saquon.
It was not Saquon. No.
What was it then?
The interception leader in the NFL right now.
Oh shit.
Man, that loss was super valuable because he went to a team that's helping out a person in my division. So, great. Shout out to Xavier McKinney, by the way. There you
go. So I don't get to my questions or what?
Go to
I'm ready. I'm ready for your questions. Man.
You ready? All right.
Yeah.
Number 1. Name a basketball player that played for your NBA team and he was okay, but he went to another team and he turned into a star. Dennis.
I want to say Andre Iguodala. I want to say him. I could say Charles Barkley because he won the MVP after he left the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking I'm just gonna keep it at them two because not too many other people became like a star after they left. They
Who?
was balling, but they didn't become a star after
Well,
they left the Sixers.
who the big man
Well,
play
you know
for
what,
Boston?
Jerry Stackhouse had a low run, so I give it Jerry Stackhouse.
Okay. Who the big man play for Boston right now?
You talking about Al Horford? I don't think he a star though.
I
He played better with Boston. Like, 'cause we
then,
got him from Boston. We got Al Horford from Boston,
but
and he played better with Boston than he did with us.
he played better with Boston than he did Atlanta. And remember, he was with us for a long time. Yeah. But what you got?
Well, considering we haven't had an expansion draft yet, and considering we haven't signed any
Well,
players
hold
or
on,
traded for anybody,
hold on.
hey,
Hold on. I was waiting on you to say that, but let's just go back to when we first met you. You were a Clippers fan, right?
Clippers.
So the radio station I worked at in Las Vegas, I was the board up for Los Angeles Clippers games. So,
No,
leaving
that's cool.
to the
That's cool.
side,
But I mean, you were a Clippers fan, and you know your
due to
Clippers
radio
traded the house.
affiliation. Hey, due to radio
Okay,
affiliation,
because of radio affiliation, you were a Clippers fan. You were a Clippers supporter. All right, for radio appreciation. All right.
But to answer Ron's question, there has not been anybody from Las Vegas that has been taken or selected yet. So there's nobody that left Vegas and went to go be a star somewhere else.
Okay, what about the Clippers?
But as far as the Clippers, you can say that guy in OKC right now that left the Clippers is a superstar.
If you want to go that route, yeah, you could do that. All right.
Yeah.
No, number 2. Do you think Chicago Bears should trade for Kyle Shanahan? And how many draft picks should they give up to get him in?
Considering the Chicago Bears are a defensive-minded team, and they've only had 2 offensive coordinators in the last 40 years in franchise history, I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're going to have 0 draft picks they're going to give up for Kyle Shanahan because they're not going to go out and get Kyle Shanahan. Why? Because he's an offensive-minded coach. The Bears don't do that. All right? The Bears do not play that game. What they're going to do is they're going to go out and get a defensive-minded coach, a.k.a. an Aaron Glenn, for example. So, the answer is no. They're not going to give up any draft picks because they do not get offensive-minded coaches.
All right.
Who the hell? The Spurs.
Donovan.
Davis Bertans.
Do you think
you were supposed to say fucking I can't think of his name right now. He played for the Clippers right now.
What did you ask for the Spurs?
He played for the Clippers right now. What's the guy named play for the Clippers right now? Well, he's not playing because he's always Kawhi Leonard. That's what you're supposed to say, Kawhi Leonard.
Now, Donovan.
What's up?
Do you think Chicago Bears should trade for Kyle Shanahan? And how many draft picks should they give up to get him?
For Kyle Shanahan?
Yeah.
I mean, what he hasn't won anything. I wouldn't trade for him. But if they were going to trade for him, I'm just doing it for cash, man. Cash and like a second rounder. I'm not giving him any first round draft picks for a coach. Because I don't necessarily think that. I mean, he doesn't win when it counts. I mean, he'll get you there, but I mean, do you think really the Bears just want to get there? They want to win. And I don't think he's good enough.
Sir. I just want to get out of this rebuild, sir. We've been rebuilding for what it feels like 25 years. All right.
Hey, welcome to my world, man. I have no sympathy, bro. I have none. I have none. Hey, what do they say? Misery loves what?
Company.
Let me just say this to my brother over there, Donovan. All right, I've got to know Donovan, pretty well over the past year, sir. And I know you remember back when y'all had this coach that ain't win y'all nothing, and Tampa Bay came calling, and they offered y'all whatever they offered y'all. I forgot. I think it was a first, some money, and something else. Or maybe I think it was 2 first-round picks. And y'all took it to give away Chucky.
I mean, it was
a damn thing.
Yeah, well, see, like that's the thing. They did win, but the only one could argue the only reason why they did win because they were playing us and that they knew all the plays.
So it was 4 draft picks, just to let you know. 2 first, 2 seconds. That's what
for John Gruden.
For John Gruden, yeah, it was 2 first-round picks.
And he ain't win a damn thing.
But hey, that might have been the Raiders' best season in a long time.
And by the way, technically it was a sign and trade.
But they had the best season after he left.
Contract immediately afterwards.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is like that was the last time we had a glory. Our glory years was when I was in college, and that was from 99 to pretty much 02, 03. Those years we were winning. We were winning 10 to 12 games a year. That 3-year stretch, and then it all went to shit after we lost that Super Bowl. And we didn't go back to the playoffs. Think about it. We didn't go back to the playoffs after that Super Bowl until 2016. And then we went in 2016. That was when. So that was what 14 years later. We didn't go back to the playoffs, and that's what I'm telling you, man. Like a lot of these teams, man. Like that's how I respect teams like the Vikings and your Eagles and the Packers because. Like they'll have a down year, but they recovered quickly, man. For my team and Ian's team, like the Bears and the Raiders, man, the recovery time is horrible, and I think it just goes to show you that having a good front office and a good culture it matters, man. When it's too much change, like in the Raiders and Cleveland, it's just hard to. It's hard to recover when everything's constantly always moving. The coach is always changing. Coordinators are changed. I mean, you don't have no continuity. So,
right. I'm gonna take it like this, Ryan. I will give them 3 years of 4th-round picks.
Well, Kyle Shanahan.
Or Kyle Shanahan. And cash consideration.
You don't think that you guys would try to go after Ben Johnson?
Ian? No, I don't think Ben Johnson is a head coach.
Okay.
I didn't see anything. Let me be honest with you. I haven't seen anything that says that this guy's a leader of men. No, I just seen that he knows how to call good plays.
Okay. So this is gonna be different than Dennis's answer. I'm going to say this as someone who's watched the Bears my entire life. We do not do offensive-minded people. We hire defensive-minded people. That's what the Bears do.
Okay, that's what the Bears do, but do you think that should shift and you should go offensive-minded since you guys have a quarterback with a lot of good tools?
Knowing the McCaskies, unfortunately, knowing the McCaskies and the terrible ownership group they're in, by the way, they don't change. The McCaskies are stubborn, all right? George McCaskey, Michael McCaskey, Virginia McCaskey. It doesn't matter who the CEO was. It didn't matter who the president was. It didn't matter who the GM was. They make final decisions, and they're stuck in their ways. That's why, as much as I'd love for an offensive-minded coach, and I'd love to be wrong, they're wanting to have a defensive-minded person.
Yeah, because look, I mean, I would try to lean more offensive, to be quite honest.
Hold on, Donovan. Out of all that was said, right? I'm telling you like this: the last time the Bears made the playoffs, offensive-minded coach. That's what I'm going to tell you.
And they got rid of him super quick. and they fired him almost immediately afterwards.
Well, the last time they made it, they had John Fox, right? Or was it somebody else?
So it was a guy named Matt Nagy. He's the current.
Oh, Matt Nagy. He wasn't that good either, man.
No, he was trash. He was absolutely terrible.
No. My third question: how do you feel about the NBA tournament, Donovan?
For me, if I was a player, I'll tell you from two different perspectives. So if I was a player, I'd like it. I mean, I feel like it was an opportunity to earn a little bit more money. I think it's good. Now as a fan, it's kind of mid. I feel like there's not a lot at stake as a fan. I mean, what you get to see a different color of the court. I mean, I don't really see that big of a deal from a player's perspective. I think it's way more beneficial, and I think it's good for them. But from a fan's perspective, I'm like, okay, you got different color court. You're going to win something that's not the championship. It doesn't even if it's not the championship, it doesn't even help you in the playoffs. Like, it has to be some other incentive that would help that team moving forward, either to an automatic bid in the postseason. I don't know. I think that's a little bit outlandish, but something to where they would have some sort of advantage that would help them get into the postseason or something. I think from just a money bag perspective for the players, that's not really moving the needle for me as a fan. As a player, I get it, but as a fan, I don't really think anything about it. Hell, Lakers won that shit and they got lost in the first round last year, so it don't mean nothing.
Dennis,
I'm going to say I like the in-season tournament. I like it a lot, so I'm gonna say they're gonna keep it going. And like I told my homie, because he was upset about it, he was like, "Man, the in-season tournament done." I said, "Man, you gotta follow the money. They got too many advertisements, too much stuff going on. They don't even have that many games going on during the in-season tournament. If you pay attention, there is no back-to-backs during that time. Pay attention to how they making sure that this in-season tournament will stay around for a long time. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to the things that they're doing for the in-season tournament. Soon there's going to be in-season tournament jerseys. Pay attention to everything that's going on."
Now,
I thought they did have jerseys last year. This year I didn't see any jerseys. I just saw the court, but I thought they had jerseys for the in-season tournament last year. Because Nike, they can throw out a jersey like that. But I will say, this is good for people like Ian that live in Vegas. I mean, to see some NBA basketball. I mean, I could see that, but not really moving the needle for me as a fan.
Ian,
I have two parts here. The first one is going to be the NBA itself, and the second part is going to be the fans. For the first part of the NBA, it is great for them. And the reason why is because you got to remember who they're competing against during the months of the NBA in-season tournament. Okay? This is an NBA that historically their ratings are not as high when they're competing against the NFL. All right? The NFL is king here in North America, here in the United States. The NFL is king. So the NBA and the whole rationale of the in-season tournament was to create something to try to give themselves a rating boost, try to give them, an incentive to watch while the NFL season's going on. So that's one of the main reasons why the NBA did the in-season tournament, was to generate more revenue, to get more business, to get more eyes on the product. That's what the NBA did it for. And since I'm in Las Vegas, since I'm in the sports entertainment capital of the world, and this is my home, I was raised here, it's great for the city because we have these NBA teams coming to T-Mobile Arena and they're playing those games for the NBA Cup. And I will recall, by the way, last year when LeBron James playing in Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena, people actually showed up. They wanted to see LeBron because he's, a hot commodity. He's, one of the greatest of all time. That's why they went to go see him. So the end season tournament on the NBA side of it was done to compete with the NFL because their ratings are not as high during the NFL season. Now, secondly, for the fans, the whole point of the NBA in-season tournament was so that the fans had a reason to watch the regular season and not just skip the regular season and go straight to the playoffs. Because I'm not saying for all diehard fans, you're going to watch every single game. You're diehard fans. The casual fan, most of them don't really watch the regular season. All right, maybe Christmas, maybe the opening game. All right, but most casual basketball fans do not care about the regular season as much.
Mm-hmm.
They did the in-season tournament to try to convince casual fans to watch it.
So Ron, let me ask one question, and this is kind of a follow-up to that. So, like, if they were to shorten the NBA season, how many games do you think they should play?
Me?
Yeah, I'm asking.
67.
That's what I was saying, y'all.
Yeah, I said like 60, 62,
but
or whatever. Or something to that nature. What about you, Danny?
I ain't shortening the season. Fuck that. They're gonna play all 82 games.
Hey man, your Sixers, they need all 82, huh? They gotta get healthy.
They play all 82 games. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit.
Now, my next question. Do you think the NBA players that come from overseas is better than the players in America? Dennis?
No, I don't. I just think that the game has been more gifted towards them. I don't think that they're better because there's a lot of players coming from overseas that just trash. Like this draft was an overseas draft, yet the most hyped up player for this draft is Bronny James. Just to let you know that.
Really, Dennis?
Right now, if you ask 10 people, hey, who's the first pick of the draft this year? They won't know. But if you ask 10 people, hey, what team drafted LeBron's son? I was like,
yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
Wait. Are you actually using this argument?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. The overseas players that are coming from overseas are averaging two dudes. I think two dudes came over wasn't even averaging double digits. One was averaging 9 points. You can't average double digits overseas. Why the fuck are you coming here?
Because they got talent.
Hey, I'm going to say this real quick. If you want to have this actual dialogue and conversation, let's do a separate show because I could do an hour on this. All right, we could do a good back and forth and talk about this for an hour because I got a lot to say about this because I feel like you kind of forget the learning curve for European players. They don't just ball out rookie year. It takes a while for them to develop. But
it takes a while for a lot of players to develop. Not every NBA player balls out their rookie year.
Okay, so then you're going up against European players for this draft because they're not performing well this year?
No, because they was not superstar talent. So why would they be picked first pick? Like I'm just trying to figure this out. Like they were to me the best player in this draft that I thought I saw was Dalton Knecht.
Yeah. I agree with you on your Tennessee bias.
What?
But
no,
I mean,
not a Tennessee basketball.
No, it's not a Tennessee bias, but Dalton Knecht is probably the most ready NBA player. But you got to remember he came in and he's 23 years old, so he's like older than most of the guys because he went to JUCO and had to hop around a little bit. So I mean, he's played more games and he knows the game better, and the game comes easier to him. But I do think he is probably like the best that I've seen so far. I haven't really seen any great rookies. This draft wasn't really that great.
I mean, it was a weak draft, but give these Europeans 2 or 3 years, they're going to start to ball out because there's a curve there.
Yeah, they'll ball out if they're in San Antonio. San Antonio's the only one that develops them good. I mean, besides Luka, I mean, who else? Okay, you got Luka.
Maybe Porzingis, and even then, he still had a transition. Like he still took a while for him to get into his prime,
right?
Like,
yeah, I mean, you have a point there. I mean, I wouldn't argue against it, but I mean, if you really think about it, though, like the European players overseas, they're playing professionally. They can play at like 16 years old. So they're playing against better. Well, they're playing against older people out there. So they're playing, but the style is different. So you're right. It will take a little bit of time to adjust. But I think overall, if you want to do a percentage, I mean, obviously, there's better players over here. I think if we had if the players had the opportunity to play professionally at 16, it would be insane, man. The amount, how good these players would be. But yeah, I mean, it does take a little bit of time to adjust. I mean, it's a big culture change for the players as well. So yeah, I think you do have a point there, but I would have to think that the players here are a little bit better.
What's up, Ethan?
What's going on,
Ethan? My next question: name a basketball player that need to ask for a trade to get a fresh start in.
So I'm not just saying this because he is one of my favorite players to watch in all of the NBA. But when it comes to players that need to request a trade, this guy's so insanely talented. I was a major supporter of him coming out of Oklahoma State. Cade Cunningham, can Detroit please save you?
Yeah.
Please save Cade Cunningham, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he's so talented. Like, he's really a really good player, but he's stuck in Detroit. Like,
all right. Ethan.
Come back to me.
Donovan.
A player that needs a trade for a fresh start. I would probably go with someone that's not too far away from you, Ron. You know what I'm talking about?
Who?
Trae Young, man.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Trae Young. I think Trae Young he needs a fresh start, man. I think he's in the prime of his career. I just don't think that team is like, it's always going to be like a 500 or one of those teams to where they're going to be on the fringe of the playoff. And to me, I just feel like he needs to be coupled up with some stars. I feel like he's got a good team around him, but I think him being a number 2 or number 3 option, that would be a good move for him.
I got one name for y'all. Jimmy Butler.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know
what I'm gonna say? Oh, go ahead.
I think Jimmy Butler needs to get away from the Miami Heat. Like right now. Like you had not showed me nothing in 2 years. Miami Heat. When you gonna put talent around Jimmy Butler? When? I mean,
I'm gonna say this one right here, because maybe what he's eating in this city, because the food is so good, is the reason why he's having these weight issues. I'm gonna say Zion. I'm gonna say Zion.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
So,
Zion Williamson.
hey, I got one more to add though.
All right, let me come back to you, Ian. Ethan.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I mean, Butler was top of my list. I mean, depending on how they're doing here in a little bit, I could see Booker wanting out too.
Hey, that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean,
I see you, player.
yeah, I could see Booker.
Come to San Antonio. Come on now.
No, you know. Y'all not forget all that good shit. You think
I gotta try.
What you got here?
So who I wanted to include on this, and I'm not just saying this because I also think that he's insanely talented too. But this is a guy who was Rookie of the Year a few years back, and he is on one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference. They're floundering, they're suffering. There's really no up for this team. And I'm talking about SB, Scotty Barnes.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
I like Scotty Barnes too, yo.
Ooh.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Toronto give me 2 firsts and Scotty Barnes. They can have Joel Embiid.
Who's the big man for the Pacers?
Miles Turner.
That's another one. I think he need to get from the Pacers.
I think he needs to go to the Lakers, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, they've been trying to get him for a long time, man. they have not been too successful in that. But it would be a good fit. We need another big.
He has been on the trade block for at least 4 years.
To me, the Pacers, they always get to maybe the second round of the playoffs and don't do nothing else.
Well, this time they got to the
didn't they just make the Eastern Conference Finals last year?
Yeah, but that was because a lot of teams were hurt.
Yeah,
but Hollenberg was injured.
Right. My next question: who is the best quarterback in the NFC right now?
Oh, I thought you said the NFL.
NFC. Okay.
I was about to make Ethan blush and say his guy, man.
No.
You got
Ethan, what you got for me?
Who?
The best quarterback in the NFC?
Best quarterback in the NFC.
Right now.
Okay.
I mean, I got mine already in the chamber. So.
What? You gonna go with your quarterback?
No, absolutely not. He's a bust.
I was about to. You think he's a bust?
Well, first off, you haven't been watching my show for the last year. I was calling him a bust before he even got to the NFL.
Really?
His attitude sucked at USC. I knew his attitude was going to be a major problem. But
yeah, I think
he doesn't have that leadership attitude. I called it at USC. He's not a leader.
You got to give him a couple years, man.
No.
It's just like you said with these European players, man. Give them some time, man.
Yeah.
Ethan, what you got for me?
By the way, Jared Goff, my answer.
You want me to come back to you?
Jared Goff?
I don't know. I'm not saying Jared Goff. Jared Goff he's doing well, but he's also inconsistent. He has games where he throws 5 picks, and he has games where he throws for 5 touchdowns. So I don't know what to make of Jared Goff.
All right, I come back.
No, I don't want to say it because I'm gonna hear it from Dennis. Right now, I'm gonna say Hurts.
How? Bang! Bang!
That's his son, baby. That's his son, now.
It's my
Your tribal chief, Dennis.
My tribal chief. My tribal chief. What you asking me for? You just heard him say tribal chief. I love you, Taylor. Hey, my tribal chief.
Hey, let's not forget Patrick Mahomes is the final boss. Then he's the Rock. He's the final boss.
Well, Donovan, what you got for me?
Dude, I mean, honestly, the best quarterback that I could say that has been like consistent. I mean, I think some of these quarterbacks are having a great year. I like Jordan Love a lot, but I just feel like the sample size is too small. Jared Goff, he's been good. I don't think he's the best. I think he's just in the better offense, and he has better players around him.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Darnold's having a great year.
He is.
It's really, really mid, but I mean, I would go with Jalen Hurts. I mean, as of right now, I mean, there's nobody that's consistently won, and there's been a bigger sample size of games. So I would say there. I like Geno Smith a lot too, though, but he's not as good as Jalen Hurts.
Ian, talk to me.
So now, I'm going to put it like this. Sam Darnold is streaky. All right. I'm not picking him just because he is streaky at times. Jordan Love, I'm not picking him because he's opened up a bakery and he loves giving over to up turnovers. All right. Jordan Love is like Jameis Winston, just turnover.
Oh, you say Brett Favre?
I mean, I'm not going to be Rashad and call him Brett Favre, but, I'm not going to go too far. But I'm going to say Jared Goff, best record in the NFC. And if you listen to that delusional fan base in Detroit, who annoy me on a daily basis and are the most annoying fan base in all football.
They have gotten way in over their head. I'm like, dude, you could tell they ain't never won before.
Like the way the way Lions fans talk, you think they've won 3 Super Bowls in a row based on the way they talk.
We got to play them Sunday.
So Jared Goff is my pick, but stop the MVP chants. I don't know if you've been hearing them, but fans are saying MVP. Stop it. Get out of here. Stop.
All right, my
MVP is right here.
MVP that went out the window.
MVP is right here.
My next question. How many times your NFL team beat your division rival over the years? Dennis.
It's rare that we do it, so I wouldn't say it's that many times. It's rare.
Wait, what is the question? How many times?
How many times your NFL team beat your division rival over the years? Ian.
My team is literally the worst one to ask. Yeah, just pass me, bro. Just pass me.
Ethan, talk to me.
I mean, the Bills did it a couple years ago, swept the division, all 6 of them. We just swept the Dolphins this year, so I mean, and we haven't played we still have yet to play the Patriots either time, and we still have to play the Jets again. So we'll see if we can do it again. But and we already swept the Dolphins, so
man, y'all chilling right now. All you gotta do is, I mean,
talk to me.
I can't remember the year. It wasn't too long ago where the Raiders we won like 6 games and we swept the division, but we only won. I think the only games we won were inside the division. I can't remember the year. If somebody, I'll try to research it.
2010.
So it's 2010.
2010.
But they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, we didn't make the playoffs. We swept the division, but we didn't make the playoffs. That was 2010. Yeah, I remember that. That was the only time.
I don't know how do you do that?
It's the Raiders, man. We special, man.
I mean, it is also the same year that San Diego Chargers had the number 1 offense and the number 1 defense and missed the playoffs.
Ouch.
How that happened, by the way, no idea.
That heartburn, yeah. Ouch.
The Chargers. Chargers charging.
Who was their coach then? Was it Marty?
No, it was Mike McCoy. That was his name.
Oh man.
My last question of the night. Who should win the MVP in the NFL?
Right here. Can't do this right. Here we go. See if I can do it right.
I just said number 1. I don't see the rest of it.
That's because he ain't sure who should win MVP. It's Saquon.
Right there. Right there, Ron.
I just mess with you, Ethan.
I'll ask the other 2. Dennis and I are biased.
That's right.
Ian, talk to me.
I'm gonna make fun of Lions fans once again. Jared Goff, MVP. MVP.
Donovan, talk to me.
All seriousness.
Yeah. I mean, I would say the MVP is the refs that refs the Kansas City Chiefs games. But
he ain't right.
But
he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I would say I would go with Josh Allen this year. I think he's. I mean, even that game he lost against the Rams, he got 3 touchdowns running and 3 passing. I mean, the dude's a beast, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm really impressed by what he's done this year because I thought by him losing Diggs that it would be somewhat of a down year, but I think he's utilized the resources he has. I really like how you guys use the tight ends. I wish we could use the tight ends, like our two good tight ends like you guys do. But I think he spreads the ball around a lot, man.
Time out.
What?
You got the best tight end in the game. Right. You got the best tight end in the game. He broke the rookie record already.
I know, but I'm saying like we also have Mayer too. He's a really good tight end too, and I just feel like if we had a good,
we don't know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just wishing that the tight ends were being used. Like we need to utilize the tight ends like the Patriots use Gronk and Aaron Hernandez.
Well, Luke Getsy.
We can't talk about.
Hold on. Being in Las Vegas.
We don't know nothing about no Aaron Hernandez. All right. Coming out. All we are talking about is the football play. Wait a minute.
I hate to say this, but Luke Getsy, when they hired him as offensive coordinator, I knew the Raiders were going to do a 2 tight end set because that's what he did on my team. All right, he tried to do a 2 tight end set here. So, yeah, like I knew that.
Yeah, well, his offense, he was the worst offensive coordinator. His plays were so vanilla.
Ian knows all about that.
I know all about it.
I'm like, dude, like his plays were so vanilla, man. Like it was like, dude, you got to spice up the plays a little bit, man. Especially if you don't have the personnel, man. Let me not go off into a tangent, man, because I'm hot right now. Getting kind of hot in this sweater, man.
I'm
about to have one of those Rashad rants.
Ian, honestly, I'm gonna tell you something, Donovan. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. That's one of the reasons why this offseason, I'm going to enjoy this offseason of football. Because I'm not going to stress like this. I'm not going to stress like this ever again. I will not. I refuse to stress like this ever again. I will not. I'm going to take my time this offseason. I'm going to enjoy. When people be talking about, man, I miss football. I don't.
A bullshit, then.
No.
Now, Ethan, you probably won't miss it for up until probably about you'll start wanting it back in about May, early June.
About draft time.
I won't.
But there you go.
Ethan, what's your question, bud?
I was gonna ask you between if you had to pick between Barkley and Allen, where'd you go?
Jalen Hurts.
I love you, Jalen Hurts, my tribal chief.
Look,
y'all see what I got put up.
Look, to be all seriousness now, all right? It's a quarterback award, all right? Unless Saquon Barkley breaks a record or unless he gets past 2,000 rushing yards, they don't give it to running backs anymore, all right? It is a quarterback
Henry got over 2,000. Henry got over 2,000 yards, and he still didn't get it.
The move Saquon did, he spin and jumped backwards.
No, I understand that. I understand that. But I'm saying in the modern NFL, the running backs are not going to win MVP. It's a quarterback-driven award. That's all it is now.
He would have to break Eric Dickerson's record.
Right. You have to have like 2,100 yards.
Right.
And I don't think Saquon is going to – y'all going to clinch the division and – they're going to rest him because for sure they're going to rest him based off of his history with injuries. Why would you even risk it?
Yeah, Dennis.
They don't risk it.
They're not going to risk it, bro. I'm telling you.
That would be a huge mistake.
They're going to risk it. You'll see.
But there you go.
All right.
I can see the tabloids in Philly if that happens, man.
And by the way, just answer
burn that city down.
Answer Dalton's question. The only reason I did it to Adrian Peterson, and you can fact check me, is he was only like 15 yards away from Eric Dickerson's record. That's the only reason they gave it to AP because he was that close.
Yep.
How many yards is Saquon away from Dickerson's record?
Yeah,
that's a Dennis question.
I think it's 480.
That's doable. That's doable.
And what are your next 3 games? You got Pittsburgh. That's going to be tough.
We got 4 games left. We got Pittsburgh, Dallas, Washington, and Giants.
Yeah, you can run on Dallas. Washington is kind of hit or miss.
The
Giants, and he needs 480. So 480. What is that? So he's gonna need what?
What they've been saying is about 121 a week.
Well, y'all finna get
Yeah, I could see him.
The Giants.
I don't see him getting that against Pittsburgh though. That's the only team I don't see him getting it against. But he may get a lot against Dallas because Dallas, that defense is not that great.
Used to have the song. He'd be like, the song. He'd be like, "Watch me, I got it, yeah, I got something to turn you all down."
Hey, just to let your audience
know. Something. Makes him on the shot.
Hey, just to let your audience know, and it's from CBS Sports.
I got soul.
Hey, it is from CBS Sports. It's not from me. But according to CBS Sports, Saquon Barkley would have to average 120 yards for the next 4 games.
He said that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's 482 away from 480.
Yeah, but he's not. But he's not going to play once you guys clinch it. I mean, once you guys get your first round bye.
What if he gets it early, Donovan?
He's not. Dude, I don't know if he's going to go off against.
Dude,
you got Pittsburgh.
Hey,
Pittsburgh.
Round.
I mean, and do you think that you guys will be able to catch Detroit? I mean, that might be the only thing would be for home field advantage throughout. So it's actually a good thing for you. Detroit is actually.
We would have no problem going.
So
to
you guys.
Hey, hold on. The only way, so Dennis would have to root for us on Sunday for them. So we can beat.
Damn sure ain't doing that. So don't worry about that.
Let me ask you this, Dennis and Ethan. Are you guys sold on home field advantage, or since you guys have like really good records, so is it a big issue for you that you have it, or?
I mean, it'd be nice. I mean, it'd be nice, but I mean, it's the only way we do that is the Chiefs would have to lose 2 more, and we'd have to win out.
Yeah, they
our division is they own our division, man. So I don't foresee that.
But what I want to tell you is, Donovan, they need home field advantage to beat the Chiefs. We don't need home field advantage to beat the Detroit Lions.
I think that it's better for you guys to have home field against Detroit Lions. If you look at the Detroit Lions games, they don't really put up those type of points when they're not playing in a dome. I think it's better that they would play outside. I think it would favor the Eagles a lot better. I don't think they're good. I think they're decent, but I think that they're really, really good on turf.
Mm-hmm. I know I wasn't in here for it, but before we go, my certified, I'm sending that out to Fran Brown, head coach at Syracuse. Got them playing into a good bowl game. Ended up beating Miami.
Yeah, that was a really good good win for them.
Yeah, they're playing in the Pacific Life Holiday Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pacific.
And who's that against?
Washington State.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's the Mountain West versus the ACC.
They should have. I'm just so mad, man. I would have loved to. Could you imagine getting that bowl game with Alabama versus Miami? That the first 2 out of the playoff.
I forget who it is.
Donovan, I cannot imagine that because they didn't get in this year.
Well, here's the thing.
No, I'm just saying that would have been a really good non-bowl playoff game. It would have kind of been the preview of the big bowls. You kind of warm. It's like a warm up. You know what I mean? It's like you get the little bullpen game before you get the real deal.
That's all good. But here's the thing.
Donovan, they got to warm up their couch this year.
But hey, here's the thing though. Alabama's taking on Michigan in the Outback Bowl. I think Miami's taking on Iowa State. Miami's taking on Iowa State in the Russell Athletic Bowl or some stupid name.
Yeah, I mean it's got to suck for Alabama, man. I really thought Nick Saban, he got on TV wearing his little crimson suit. He thought they was gonna get it, man. You should have seen his face, man. His face was as red as that suit, man. It was hilarious.
Hey,
it was so funny to watch.
Hey, I'm not making fun of all Alabama fans, but there were Alabama fans on Twitter. They're like, we need to expand to 16 teams. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Oh, come on, no. But wait, no. If we wanted to get in, we should not have lost to Oklahoma. We should not have lost to Vanderbilt. There we go.
Yeah. And it's I said this because remember that year Florida State didn't make it because their quarterback got hurt, and then the excuse was, well, Florida State isn't the best team right now because they don't have their quarterback, so they're not going to get in. So if you look at it, Alabama, same rules apply. Y'all lost to OU, and you didn't have enough games or a big game to recover from that horrible loss where you didn't even score a touchdown.
Yeah,
and it ended up biting them in the butt, man.
Ron, we still beat you.
I know, but
wait a minute. Hold on. Do I recall when Florida State? That was 11 months ago. Yeah, my memory's okay. Yeah, my memory's
yeah. I know, and then everybody's dogging on SMU. I'm like, dude, SMU. I mean, they thought they had a good Florida State team on the schedule, but Florida State was just horrible this year. I mean, they had a decent schedule. If you really look at their
they lost half
they
of
played
the
well against
team
Clemson in the ACC title game. I mean, they deserve to get in.
Yeah, SMU, man. I really, really love their quarterback, man. He was showing me some glimpses of Lamar Jackson. I like the way he played the game, man. He's only a sophomore. You got to watch out for him next year, man.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who I liked. I didn't watch much of their games because I'm not usually a night owl because I usually have to work early.
Mm-hmm.
So that Arizona State, I believe that's who it was. The Arizona State running back,
Scatterboo.
Oh my goodness, he was carving them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see him carving it up, but I think when he starts playing those SEC defenses, it's a whole nother ball game, bro.
Well, what's funny is he wouldn't face an SEC team. If you look at the second round, the winner of Clemson versus Texas takes on Arizona State. So,
yeah. It is so funny too. Like they talk about Alabama and how, oh, well, Alabama brings so much money to the playoff and all this other stuff. I'm like, dude, you got 16 teams. You got a lot of good names in the playoffs. So having one team in is not going to make a difference. You got Arizona State has one of the largest enrollments in undergrad. So they have like 71,000 students. Like it's like them. UCF has a really big that school just alone with the enrollment, like they're gonna get numbers, and that's just a lower tier team. And then think about it, you got Texas still in it, you still got Penn State in it, you still have Ohio State in it, you still have Georgia in it, you got Tennessee in it. Like you don't need it, like that whole argument that Alabama brings money in. Like when you got 12 teams in it now. The NCAA is going to make plenty of money off of this.
I'm a real Ron knows this. I told him we had this conversation the night before they had the what?
I said we did.
Oh yeah, we had this conversation the night before the selection show. I'm like, they don't deserve to get in. Alabama did not deserve to get in. I mean, we lost to two really bad teams.
If they would have played like another. See, this is what happened. Alabama, they said that they were on the brink, but
they were the first team out. I know.
Yeah, but if SMU didn't come back in the second half against Clemson and had lost pretty big, then I think that it would have made a difference. And on top of that, like I said before, I felt like Alabama, if they had played like maybe another really good ranked team the next week and then were able to win that. They would have been able to recover from the Oklahoma loss. They
weren't going to put a 3-loss team into the playoffs. They had to end on a better note, man. That OU loss was really, really bad. It's like they didn't even make the trip.
Yeah, that was bad.
But I mean, good luck to the teams in the playoff. I mean.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting, man. Like honestly, like having a playoff this year, it really had me engaged. Like typically for college football, like I typically don't really start getting into it until about the 5th week after teams kind of get into more conference play. But I mean, I was following really closely, and I think it's a good move for them. There would be a few things that I felt like they should change, but I'm gonna save that for JB podcast, and I'll talk about that. But yeah, I think it's a really good thing with the 12-team playoff. Can't wait till it starts.
It should be a lot of fun to see.
Anything else, Ian?
Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notification bells so you're not.